How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? And today I'm going to be talking about the time I got absolutely shit-faced on spring break and threw up everywhere. So, it all started out as a normal day, and then at around 6 p.m., I had just eaten dinner, and my homie, he texts me, he's like, hey, you want to come over? So I'm like, of course, bro. So I go over there, and we just hang out for a while. And then he's like, hey man, I'm trying to get something to drink. What should I get? You drink more than I do. So I suggested Grey Goose, because it's a really good mixer, especially if you don't like drink that often. It's just, you want to mix your drink with something else, more palatable. And he also wanted to get whiskey. I told him Jameson, but he went with Southern Comfort. By the way, never go with Southern Comfort. That shit is ass, totally ass. So he does that, and then we go back home, and he happened to have this giant fucking jug of Hawaiian Punch, green Hawaiian Punch, which isn't as good as red Hawaiian Punch, by the way, but worked nonetheless. So I say, I'm gonna try and drink as much as possible in as short a span as possible and get fucked up, okay? Because I had never really been drunk before this. I mean, I've been drunk, but not this drunk, never this drunk. So I pour this mason jar glass, like 2/3 of it is just vodka, and then the other 1/3 is green Hawaiian Punch. And I do this like 3 times. He does it like once, and I'm feeling it, because like anyone who's drank knows, if you do that much in that short a time, you're gonna feel it, and it's gonna hit you hard. So I was feeling good, I was feeling great. We all was just watching YouTube, and so, do all that, and then I start thinking, hey, I'm kind of an asshole. This is no secret. So I'd recently gotten into an argument with some friends of mine, and I kind of felt like an asshole, so I apologized. Because when you're drunk, you just do things like that. You're just better with emotions. And I think it all went over well. I mean, I don't think they hate me anymore. They probably do, honestly. I'd have some animosity towards me, too. But other than that, it was going great. And then, just still enjoying the night, he starts pouring another glass, and I'm like, okay, well, I have to obviously pour another one, because he's pouring another one, and he's a bitch and I'm not. So he pours his, I pour mine, I drink mine. There's just a little bit left, just the bottom of the mason jar, and then I start, my stomach gets this horrible feeling, and my throat is just, I can tell something's about to happen. And he's like, are you good? And I was like, no. And immediately I throw up in my mouth. I run to the bathroom, barely make it there, start absolutely vomiting, just hurling up the most foul shit ever in this man's toilet. And I thought I was pretty accurate, but you always think you're accurate when you're on something, and then you check it the next day and you're like, what the fuck is this? So I was doing that, and then like I come out and I'm like, damn, that was rough, and I'm probably gonna need to clean that up in the morning. So I just lay down for a while, still go back doing whatever I was doing, just fucking dancing or whatever the fuck, and then I drank some more, and by this point, this dude had to shit. Okay, first of all, rule number 1, never go to the bathroom while you're drinking. Okay, you can't occupy the bathroom for that long a time, and know that people in this house that are drinking are going to need to throw up. You can't just shit, bro. Like, it's not cool. But he did, and then I thought he was just fucking around, staring at himself. But no, he was actually on the toilet, and I almost busted his door down, and he was like, bro, you need to go outside. So I went outside. I threw up, and I did that a couple times, and then I came back inside, and I just laid down on this fucking air mattress on the floor, and I just passed out. Later into the night, I know a blanket was thrown on me, and I know he eventually threw up later that night as well, but I was unconscious, just knocked out. But the next morning, I realized my hat was gone, because I always wear hats all the time. And he's asleep, and I wake up, and I'm like, where the fuck's my hat? So I start tearing this dude's room apart, can't find it. Takes us like a half hour just to find my hat, and it's on the other side of this dude's room. And now, keep in mind, I was stationed. I woke up in the exact same position I fell asleep in. And I had my hat on when I fell asleep, and the person that threw the blanket on me said I had my hat on when they threw the blanket on me. I don't know what happened in that, like, 4-hour span where he was asleep and I was awake, apparently, for my hat to get on the other side of the room. But it's just still a mystery. Like, this is... I want to know what happened, but I never will. And I think he's fucking... I think he took my hat. Maybe. I don't know. He's kind of a dumbass. And sorry, bro, if you're watching this. Not really. Maybe if you watch my videos more, I'd compliment you. And it was just crazy. That day, I actually went okay. I had a hangover, obviously, because, if you're drinking, you should always drink water before you go to bed. And you might piss yourself, but you won't have a hangover, because alcohol, it makes you dehydrated. So you want to drink water before you go to bed, and you won't have as bad as a hangover. But it was tough. It was tough the next morning, but I got over it. I was just hanging out, and yeah, that was spring break. It was fun. It was a very crazy experience for me, because I'd never gotten that drunk, and it was... I wanted to try and get that drunk, obviously. I asked for it, but, man, I wasn't expecting that. So, that's been me. Later. I don't know if I'll make another video anytime soon. Don't hope for it, but peace out.